Hey, it's Ryan Hall with West River Realty here in Rapid City. I'm here to talk about a neighborhood guide for Rapid City, where to buy in 2026, where to buy in 2025 as it comes to a close. I'm just going to talk through some of the neighborhoods and kind of what they offer, what might interest you. I've got a little cheat sheet here. I don't want to miss anything, so I'll be looking down to check my notes. I'm not ignoring you, not checking my phone, but I am checking my notes. So let's start out with West Rapid. West Rapid has been a desirable area for a lot of people, and that's because it is an old established neighborhood that started being built when Rapid City started to expand. So you have a lot of houses that were built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, but they are right on the edge of the Black Hills. And so you're talking about being near Canyon Lake. You're talking about being sometimes 5 to 10 minutes from a hiking trail up in the hills. There's a lot of natural beauty over there because you're against the Black Hills. And there are a lot of schools that people are aiming for because of that, because they're well-established neighborhoods. There's Pinedale Elementary School, Stevens High School, Canyon Lake Elementaries, Canyon Lake School District, the Corral District. So a lot of people want to be in those school districts and like the access to nature that they get by being in West Rapid. And again, it's a well-established bunch of neighborhoods. There have been some newer ones built, but not many. A lot of times when you're looking at West Rapid, you're looking at something that maybe was built 50s, 60s, 70s, maybe into the 80s, but a lot of it was established at that time. Chapel Valley is another neighborhood that a lot of people show interest in. This is in West Rapid City, but the Chapel Valley neighborhood is a little bit unique in that it is built near the Chapel in the Hills. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's super sick. It's called Stavkirk. What it is I'll run you through it, but me talking about it's going to do very little in explaining it. It is a Norwegian Stavkirk replica. So it's actually a perfect replica of a Norwegian Stavkirk built here in the hills. They do tours. You can go visit it and check it out. And it's almost like a little piece of history, European history, just set in the Black Hills, or against the Black Hills. And there's a neighborhood around it called Chapel Valley. Chapel Valley is very cool. It's right behind Canyon Lake. So you are a minute from the lake. You can walk to the lake, you can walk to the chapel. You're also right near the dog park on the west side. There's a creek back there, a walking path. So a lot of people end up being interested in that neighborhood because of what it offers in proximity. It allows them to go for a walk on the dog path, on the bike path, go for a walk to the dog park, go for a walk to Canyon Lake, or even just drive to those places and enjoy whatever activity is they're going to enjoy. Maybe they want to go put a kayak on the lake. Being in Chapel Valley puts you right in all of that. It also offers this nice feeling of seclusion. So Chapel Valley is tucked a little bit against the hills, and you have to drive past Canyon Lake to get there. When you do that road goes nowhere else. So the road that drives to Chapel Valley, that goes to the chapel in the hills, it is only a road to serve that neighborhood. So there's no through traffic, there's not people coming through because they have to also get to work or somewhere else. When they're in that neighborhood, they're there for that neighborhood. So you have relatively quiet streets, relatively quiet neighborhood, and tight-knit neighborhoods. They do a neighborhood garage sale each year, and most of the neighbors know each other and get to know each other because of the way the neighborhood is built and the way that it's established. So because of that, a lot of people are interested in Chapel Valley. Talk about downtown Rapid City. I've talked about this in other videos. Downtown Rapid City is growing. There are downtown apartments. There's the new high or mid-rise that was built, which has apartments, has a hotel, as well as apartments for downtown living. It's walkable. You have urban living. You walk right out your front door and you have everything you want. There's 3 coffee shops and 15 restaurants that you can walk to in a 5-minute walk, as well as a parking ramp you can park so that you can drive your car to somewhere else. Super cool area. You're right near Main Street Square. I personally live just outside of downtown, and I'm about a 10 to 15 minute walk from downtown, depending on where you're going. Basically a 10-minute walk from Main Street Square. And I love it because it means that I can, if it's a nice day like it has been lately, a nice fall day, throw a sweater on and I get to walk downtown and just kind of wander around and experience a little bit of that more urban living that a lot of times you're not going to experience when you're in the suburbs or a little farther out where you have to drive downtown. Obviously, it means that you don't have a yard You don't have quiet evenings in the backyard unless you live just outside of downtown like myself. But I love it. I'm not even truly downtown. Downtown living is really cool for someone who wants to be able to walk places and just kind of experience being in the center of it all. One of the neighborhoods that a lot of people show interest in is Red Rock Estates. This is a golf course community, so it's right against Red Rock's golf course. There are some very nice houses and nice views. You are heading up into the hills when you get up here, so you are surrounded by black hills, you are surrounded by trees, a lot of mature trees in the neighborhoods, as well as neighborhoods that vary in age. You have some of the area out there that was, it's called Colonial Pine Hills, that was built up in the 70s, and you have a lot of like custom homes built in the 70s that have then been updated, and you also have some of the neighborhoods that have been built more recently in the 2000s, so you have some newer homes with newer finishes that are a little more of what we're used to in sort of a suburban location that are right there in the Red Rock area. As well, a lot of these have some custom finishes. They might have higher end finishes, you know, that a lot of people are looking for. So it brings a lot of people looking, as well as having access to the golf course. If you're a golfer, it's cool to live at a golf course because then you can golf. And that's just literally your backyard. So a lot of people love it. Sheridan Lake area. So Red Rocks Golf Course is on Sheridan Lake Road, but a lot of people look along the actual Sheridan Lake Road area. They're looking for the small communities. There are small little housing developments along Sheridan Lake Road, as well as heading up from Catron. We have some new developments that have gone up that give you that feeling of being just out of town, but being moments from a restaurant, moments from shopping, moments from the grocery store, etc. I mean, we're talking about a 7-minute drive to a grocery store, talking about a 5-minute drive to a restaurant, but you feel like you're outside of town. It feels a little more private, a little more like Black Hills living, but I mean, you're 15 minutes, 10 minutes from the hospital at that point. So you really are not going to want for anything but get the privacy and seclusion that you get with living outside of town. West Boulevard Historic District. This is where a lot of people want to live for really historic charm, Victorian style houses. West Boulevard is a great walkable area just on the edge of downtown. So you're, again, basically getting downtown living. You're getting that urban living, but you're on this historic drag with these nice houses that are governed by the historic district, so they are kept to historic look and style. But with that, you also get the value of having a historic home. You also get this really cool walkable area with a lot of mature trees, and your moments from downtown. If you want to walk downtown, you can. If you want to drive, you're a 1.5-minute drive from downtown. Median home price $280,000 to $450,000. In the Sheridan Lake Road area, median home price $320,000 to $420,000. Up in Red Rock, you're looking at $500,000 to $800,000. In the downtown area, $300,000 to $400,000. Chapel Valley, you're looking at $350,000 to $400,000. And West Rapid, you're looking at an average of $470,000 for average home price. For those of you that want some interesting, charming homes, West Boulevard is the place to look. Black Hawk, it's more of a rural space. You're just outside of town, so it feels like you're out in the prairie a little bit, or right against the edge of the hills. Sometimes you are in the hills, but you are not far from not only services in Black Hawk, but also you're 10 minutes from Rapid City, 10 minutes from downtown. So pretty much feels a little more rural, a little more out of town, but you end up being still, again, 10 to 15 minutes from whatever you want within Rapid City. Average home price is $300,000 to $500,000. You're also going to find a lot of places in this area that have more space. You're going to find bigger lots than what you would find downtown Rapid City. You're going to find maybe houses that have a little bit of acreage. Maybe they've got a 1/2 acre to 5 acres that you can live on, so you can be a little bit more spaced out from your neighbors, have a little more private space, do your own thing, but also, again, be not far from downtown. Box Elder, this is just outside the military base. Box Elder is a community that serves Ellsworth Air Force Base, but has become a staple of Rapid City because very similar to Black Hawk, the Box Elder area is about 10 to 15 minutes from Rapid City. I lived there when I was young. I grew up in that area. It was cool because you're outside of town, but again, 10 to 15 minute drive and you are downtown. The important part to note about Box Elder, unlike when I was young where it was a shoulder community, it was outside of the area, it has become its own community. They're building a great downtown area. It's got breweries going up, restaurants going up, hotels. Box Elder is becoming its own city in a way that it hasn't been in the past, in a way that a lot of the shoulder communities that serve Rapid City, that act as an external community to Rapid City, don't have. And this is largely because they have Ellsworth Air Force Base. They have people coming from the base looking for something to do who don't want to drive into Rapid City. And they realize the opportunity to say, hey, what if we gave them brew pub here? What if we had cool coffee shops here? What if we had awesome restaurants here? 1 minute from the base instead of 15 minutes from the base, and it's going very well. Things are expanding very quickly. Average price in Box Elder, you're looking at $280 to $360. Rapid Valley. I raised my kids out in Rapid Valley when they were young. I loved it. It's got some cool school districts, some cool areas, and again, larger lots. That's what I liked. I had 3/4 of an acre, just under. I had 0.67 acre, and that was just a normal house at the end of a cul-de-sac. All the neighbors were great. We had neighborhood barbecues. We shot fireworks off together. We would share from our gardens. I had one neighbor who would grow grapes and he'd make jams and he'd bring them to all the neighbors. I still keep in touch with some of the neighbors from that old neighborhood. I really loved it. It's a good place to live. It's a cool place to live. You're going to find a lot of variation. I lived in an older neighborhood, so my house was built in 1972 or 1971 where I lived, and that whole neighborhood was. But just a 3-minute walk down the street, and I was in a neighborhood that was being built up at present, and even near there are houses currently being built. So the neighborhood the area is constantly expanding. The neighborhoods are expanding, but it's very family friendly. A lot of families like it because there are multiple schools, grade schools, and a middle school out there. So you'll end up seeing a lot of families out there, but also just a lot of people go out there because they want a little more space than what they're going to find in town for the price. You get a little bit more lot, you get a little bit more backyard, and you usually get cool neighbors that you can get to know. Average price out there $290 to $380. It's well known. For a well-known area, a well-established area that a lot of people love. My kids love it. They keep telling me they want to go back. So I love the Valley. It holds a special place in my heart. Doesn't mean you will, but for what I needed, which was space for dogs and kids and cars that I want to tinker on, I had the perfect place and I loved it. So that's some of the neighborhoods that you're going to look at as you're looking at moving into Rapid City. Those are some neighborhoods to check out. Again, if you've got a certain neighborhood in mind, maybe I didn't cover it. There's so much I could cover. I could get really micro on some of the neighborhoods, like certain areas that were built in the 50s versus this area was built in the 60s. And that gets really boring. And I'm trying not to do that. I just wanted to hit some high points of some neighborhoods to help you start your search. Feel free to reach out, call, text, email. Let's have a chat. I'm happy to help you start your search, help you hone in on what might work really well for you based on what it is that you need. So, get my contact info. Let's chat.